Hey, welcome again to Decent T&C. If it is your first time, do subscribe, like and share this video. Kigali City banks on rehousing model to reduce unplanned settlements. There is a need for different housing models and schemes to have over 61% of Kigali's residents in planned settlements, City of Kigali officials have said. One of the strategies to reduce unplanned settlements is the use of a rehousing model. This rehousing scheme involves owners and tenants in the upgrading process, including their expectations and addressing their needs in the design of the housing units and the entire neighborhood. This project is in line with having a self-sustainable upgrading process and has demonstrated effectiveness according to developers. The model involves contribution of land from residents, on which the dwelling units are built. 7 families can contribute their land plots on which to build units that can house over 20 families, said Merard Mpabwanamaguru, the vice mayor in charge of urbanisation and infrastructure at the City of Kigali. The area is also upgraded into a settlement infrastructure that will have improved access to roads, water and power supply, sanitation and proper waste management facilities. Having city dwellers in planned settlements has multiple benefits. One is that their lives are saved from high risk of disasters. They also get infrastructure which improves life in general. The housing models also protect the environment, trees are planted to green the place. The settlements are set up in a way that builds resilience to climate change effects such as floods, he said. He said that upgrading unplanned settlements will go in line with other needed infrastructure including health facilities, schools, market and others requested by the dwellers. We are going to partner with the World Bank to upgrade the roads, drainages, pedestrian ways among others, he said. He explained many areas in Kigali City look like high-risk zones because they are unplanned settlements. If people are resettled, the areas will no longer look like high-risk zones. We continue inspections to ensure there are no new unplanned settlements like those created 40 years ago, he said. Each rehoused family will get their own land titles. What rehoused dwellers say on July 4, 2022, as part of Liberation Day celebrations, at least 56 families from unplanned settlements and high-risk zones were given decent houses under the rehousing model in Gitega sector of Nyarugenge district. The dwelling units in Gitega used to be affected by floods due to unplanned settlements and Mpatsi drainage. Residents and business owners along this drainage system, all the way down to Nyabugogo area, have in the past called on the city authorities to come to their rescue, especially during the rainy season when waste and rainwater from homes in the sectors of Nyamirambo, Gitega and Kimisagara overflows, putting their lives and property at risk. Imiturire recalls one day, when the flooding soaked the walls of her house, it collapsed and washed away the equipment she was using in her bar and restaurant business. The new dwelling units are resilient to disasters. The government paid rent for my family for a period of 8 months to save us from floods before being rehoused in the new dwelling units, she said. She revealed there are still families who have no financial capacity to move to decent and climate-resilient housing, adding different interventions are needed. Zaki and Sengimana, another beneficiary, said the only remaining needed facilities include paved health, school and market facilities. We also need a financial institution in the area, he noted, adding that facilities for people with disabilities were also not considered in the built storage blocks. The City of Kigali said it is mobilizing resources for the needed facilities. The construction of 3 blocks of storage houses that will, each, rehouse at least 25 families will start in May. The mayor of the City of Kigali, Prudence Rubingisa, has said. He was speaking after signing a memorandum of understanding with the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, SDC, on Friday, February 24, to reinforce collaboration in the rehousing model being implemented in the city. The partnership aims to support the successful implementation of the model piloted in Mpatsi to the entire neighborhood and to consolidate best practices. The partnership will technically support and facilitate the planning, design and implementation of the rehousing approach in other parts of Kigali and the entire country. The project will create jobs and the housing is environmentally friendly. The houses will also be accessible to people with disabilities. We gathered ideas from the rehoused residents to come with changes in rehousing others in the following phase, he said. This rehousing scheme involves owners and tenants in the upgrading process, including their expectations and addressing their needs in the design of the housing units and the entire neighborhood. The model involves contribution of land from residents on which the houses are built, then allocated units, while the rest are distributed to other vulnerable families. He said that the project will be complete after residents who were on 4 hectares are rehoused on 2 hectares. With the remaining 2 hectares, we will engage the private sector to develop mixed-use buildings with apartments and other businesses. We will also construct a mini-market, health facility and others. We can engage the private sector in having a clinic and small businesses to serve the rehoused residents, Rubing Isa said. He said construction of 3 blocks could start in May and be complete in 6 months. The City of Kigali recently announced that it is analyzing the area of Gatsatu and one neighborhood of Muhima where the upgrading model could be replicated.